Hello students, today we will discuss briefs about management and business environment and planning chapter. What is business environment? Business environment is the entire scenario in which a business operates. And what is its features? It includes various external forces that impact business. These are some specific forces which are specific only to the business, general forces which are impacting the entire industry and entire economy. Then different elements which are interrelated. Business environment is always changing, dynamic in nature. It is always uncertain. Business environment is complex and the various concepts are related. When you carry out a business, it is very important you carry out a proper SWOT analysis. SWOT, strength, weakness, opportunity, threat. To carry out proper SWOT analysis, it is very important to know the business environment. It helps to identify opportunity, gives the first mover advantage. It helps in identifying threats and various warning signals which an organization can take care of. It helps in tapping useful resources. It helps in coping with rapid changes that are going on. Then planning and policy of organization and improving performance. The various dimensions of business environment are economic forces, which are basically economic in nature. Social forces, which are related to the society where business operates. Technological environment, the technology that is changing and the various characteristics that impact business. Political environment, what are the policy of government, what are the policies of political party in power. All these constitute political environment. Legal environment are various laws and regulations in which an organization has to operate. Then please go through economics Indian economy chapter of LPG, that is liberalization, privatization, globalization, new LPG policy, because that chapter has many of the features in this chapter of business studies. Future of new economic policies, delicensing, decreased role of public sector, disinvestment, liberalization of foreign investment and capital, liberal policy for technical collaboration, setting up of foreign investment promotion board, de-reservation of various sectors from small scale sector to open to other larger sectors and MNCs. What was liberalization, privatization and globalization? Liberalization means removal of unnecessary control that were there in old economic policies of 1956. Privatization means greater role of private sector and selling more and more PSUs to private bodies. Globalization means to increase trade of India with rest of the world, increasing investment between India and rest of the world. And impact of economic reforms on business. Economic reforms that were started by Dr. Manmohan Singh in 1991. These are very important aspects of this chapter. Impact of economic reforms means increasing competition. Increasing competition means more consumer awareness and more demanding consumers, rapidly changing technology. Then need for developing human resource, necessity for change, market orientation approach of businesses due to competition. And earlier government was supporting PSUs through budget. Now PSUs have to stand on their own feet. Fourth chapter we study is planning. Planning means deciding in advance what is to be done, how is to be done, who has to do, from where the resources will come and how the resources will be utilized. Features of planning. It focuses on achieving organizational objectives. It is primary function because all other functions are based on how things are being planned. It is pervasive, means it is required in all organization at all levels and departments. It is continuous function. You have to do continuous planning. Once a plan or goal is achieved, you have to look for another plan or other aim, other goal. So it is continuous function. It is futuristic. It involves looking ahead and preparing the future. It involves decision making. Among various options, you have to choose the best. It is mental exercise and intellectual activity. Planning is more done at top level. Importance. It provides direction to employment, to organization. It reduces risk of uncertainty. It reduces overlapping and wasteful activities. It promotes innovation, it facilitates decision making, it sets up a standard against which controlling is done. Though there are some limitations of planning, like it leads to rigidity. Management has given a plan which all have to follow, though the business environment may require its change. It may not work in dynamic environment. When environment is changing very fast, you have to keep changing your plan, you have to keep revising your various targets and policies and how you will work. Then it reduces creativity. When you have to follow a plan blindly, an employee cannot show his own creativity. Then there are high costs involved in planning. It is time consuming and does not guarantee success. Many a times plans go miserably fail. Then external limitation like there is a natural calamity. Supposing what you have targeted and you have set up a factory, but there is flood, you have to halt the production, factory is also damaged, then what will you do? Changes in government policies. Take the case of pager industry started to do well, but then government allowed SMS to mobile industry. As a result, the entire pager industry failed. Strategies of competitor, how your competitors are reacting against your steps. Technology changes, change in taste, fashion, etc. They also impact the planning. Steps in planning process. First of all, set the objective, what you want to achieve. Developing premises, identify alternate course of action, what all steps you can take to achieve the objective. Among various course of action, you have to evaluate which is the best one and you have to select an alternative. Then implement and follow-up action to ensure whatever you have planned is taking place or not. Then there can be standing plans. These plans are used again and again. Single use plan, these are only for specific requirement, one time requirement. Please differentiate between objective, strategy, policy, procedure, method, rules, budget and programs. These differences are often asked in exam. There are case studies based on these. Objective means what management seeks to achieve within given time framework. Strategy means plans made in response to change in business environment to achieve these objectives. Policies are general statements that channelize energy towards particular direction. Procedure means how you have to take various steps, the chronology of steps that you take to perform an activity. Methods are the process in which particular operation or activity should be performed. Rules are a specific statement that are to be done. Budget, these are mainly financial statement for a period of time. Programs, these are combination of objective, policies, procedure, rule, tasks and other elements designed to meet specific situations to achieve some objective. So once you have done with planning also helps in later function of controlling, and it is required for various other functions which we will discuss later on. Take care, all the best, prepare these points very well.